How you doing? My name is Brandon Jones. I'm standing inside of Jones & Jones Bait and Tackle. I'm here today to let you know how to rig and a little outs and ins about the slip cork. First, let me start out by telling you if you're going to use a slip cork, you want to come by one or three of our locations. This one here is on MacArthur and Northwest Expressway. And we have one out in Edmond off of 2nd and Coltrane, one in Midwest City off of Sooner and Reno. Okay, now I will go ahead and show you, like I said, on a little bit of tricks and tips on how to use and properly hook up the slip cork. Okay, the first thing we want to do, this is one of the most important things you have to use for your slip cork. This is what changes your depth. This thing here is called your bobber stop. It's real easy and simple to put on. You thread the line through this black tube here. Once you get it on your line, you take your fingernails and you always slide the string up towards the tip of your pole. That way it goes off of the black tube. You get rid of that. Take the two hanging strings and you just pull them like so, and it makes that knot. Again, this is your depth knot. This is how you determine how deep you're fishing in the water. If you move the knot up, you obviously go deeper. If you move the knot down towards your cork, you go shallower. Okay. Next step is your bead. Okay, the bead comes inside the pack of the bobber stop. So those two things come together. Okay, you slide your bead on. The bead is important is because that's what makes your slip cork stop when it hits that knot. Okay, you just slide your bead on like so. Next step is your slip cork. A little bit about the slip cork. They come in different sizes, shapes, some large, some small. It really depends on how far out you're fishing, the roughness of the water, how deep you're fishing. You have your certain floats for crappie, your certain floats for catfish, some are smaller. Like I said, it really just depends on where you're fishing, but they're all rigged the same way. What you want to do is you know the top, because the top is going to have the colors. You always thread it from top to bottom. Okay, thread it from top to bottom, like so. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Like I said, that bead is important because that's what allows it to stop when it hits that knot. Okay, next, you have your weight. Okay, your weight is what's going to stand this up. Generally, your floats this size will usually take about 3/8 ounces of weight. Most of the time you have to test it, but you're definitely going to want to use the egg sinkers. The egg sinkers, they just work out better with this type of rig because you want everything to be sliding. Okay, so we put our sinkers on. Okay, next we have your barrel swivel. Okay, your barrel swivel is what makes your everything stop. Once you tie this on, everything slides down and it stops and hits this barrel swivel. Okay, what you want to do after you put your barrel swivel on is you want to get you some drop line, lead line as they call it. It really depends on whether you're catfishing or crappie fishing. Some guys, excuse me, when they're crappie catfishing, they use a heavier lead line. Okay, that heavier lead line is so that you don't break off. Okay, you tie that lead line on this bottom swivel here. You can use any kind of knot, whatever knot works for you. Okay, once you got that lead line on, you're pretty much done with the setup. The only thing you're missing down here is your hook. Like I said, the slip cork is used for pretty much any kind of fishing. You can use live bait, artificial, it really doesn't matter. So you can put any type of hook down here at the end, at the bottom here. This is pretty much the whole complete setup. I'll run through it again. Here you got your bobber stop, which is probably the most important part of the slip cork. You move it up towards the tip, you go deeper. You move it down towards the slip cork, you go shallower. These excess strings you see hanging off, you want to cut them off and get rid of them, because this knot can actually go up inside your reel and it'll allow you to go as deep as 20-30 foot deep. You have the bead. The bead is very important. It allows this knot to stop when it hits the bead. That allows your slip cork to stand. After that, you have your weight, your swivel, and then your hook at the bottom. And that concludes the slip cork setup. I am Brandon Jones inside of Jones Bait and Tackle. Thank you.